Hey, so real talk, right? I'm from New York. We play it straight, right? So I want to talk about stalling. Truth is, you're stalling, and I want you to stop putting what it is you want on the back burner. My name's Corey Logaitis. I am a strategist, coach, and professional speaker who helps business owners reduce their overwhelm so they can double their revenue. In the next 5 to 8 minutes, you're going to know the number one reason why you're not seeing the progress that you want and exactly what you need to be doing about it. Before we go ahead and dive in, if this is something that resonates with you, definitely go ahead, drop me a comment, send me a DM. I'd love to talk to you about it and help you troubleshoot. So let's talk about stalling. Right? Stalling, procrastination, it's one of the number one things that prevents us from seeing ultimately the progress and the success that we want to see as individuals. But exactly how do we get through it, right? So not too long ago, it was actually about 2 years ago now that I'm thinking about it, I had just started my business, right? So my coaching business as it is. I've been doing some form of small business development and support for over 15 years, working for my family's business. And I later decided that I wanted to go off on my own and do my own thing so I would have more time to spend with my son. And that's what I did. But in a way, I very early on sabotaged myself. I did not want anybody in my previous, professional circle or even my close friends and family to know what it was I was working on, right? So it was like this big secret that I kept, that I didn't want anyone to know that I was starting this business. And this really hurt me in a few different ways. And first thing that it did was it right off the bat minimized the number of people that could actually get the word out for me, who already knew me, who already, believed in my skill set and what my talents were and what I had to offer people. It prevented them from being able to be out there and be my greatest cheerleaders and to help me get clients right off the bat. And it's funny because I started working with a specific coach probably about a year and a half into me having my business. And one of the first questions he asked me was, have you posted what you offer on your personal Facebook page? And at first I looked at him, I was absolutely horrified. I'm like, why would I do that? I don't want anybody to know what it is I'm doing. As it was, I was embarrassed. I felt that it would look bad on my family's business, that I was no longer there full time, and all these other, self-limiting beliefs I had in my own head. And truth was, it was my own fear, right? The reason I was doing that was rooted in fear. And my fear was that, number one, like I had said, I thought it would look badly on my family's business that I was no longer there after being there for 15 years. Granted, I am still there, but just not in the same capacity. I was afraid that it would then put undue pressure on me to perform, that people would think like, oh no, she can't do that. Like, what is she doing? She did this for so many years. What makes her think that she could go and start this new thing all on her own? I was afraid what people would think when they saw my professional social media feeds. I keep my personal feeds and my business feeds separate, right? That I don't post the same things on both. And I was afraid of what they were going to think. And an amazing thing happened once I was able to address that fear, right? Because what was the worst thing that was going to happen if any of those things that I had said in my mind came true? The very worst thing that was going to happen was I was going to be no further along in my business and gaining clients than I was without taking that action, right? It's worst case scenario. So I really kind of stood up to my fear. I put my first post out there, to my warm network, as we would call it in marketing, people who are close to you, who already know you as a warm network, people who have never seen you before, don't know what it is, what you do. They're a cold network. So this was the very, very first time I put any kind of offer out there to my warm network. And within a week, I think I had like 7 strategy sessions booked, which is crazy. I never had that type of, response to that. And the reason that I had that response is because so many people that I had worked with in the past who knew what it was I could do, in my prior career and had seen the results that I had, when they heard that I was doing it on my own, they either called me to work with me directly, or they put me in touch with other people, their own friends and family, that they knew could really take value with what I had to offer. So in short, I had to get over my own fear to finally start seeing the results that I wanted. And really, that's what we're talking about today. So what is it in your life that you've been stalling on? And what is it are you afraid of, right? Because to kind of recap everything I had mentioned today, if you are stalling, right, that is essentially your fear, which then causes your lack of action, which then generates 0 results, right? So if you want to start seeing results again, you have to be able to confront whatever that fear is. So I hope this helped. I just wanted to go through. If anybody had any questions, you can go ahead and type them in the comments window. I want to say hi to a few folks who joined today. Hey, Moving School. Hey, Mike. Mike's always on. Prince of Sawat. Thanks for joining. Lucelle. Umer. Awesome. All right, guys. Oh, Kadim's on too. Hey, Kadim. All right, so again, if you want to stop stalling, if you want to stop procrastinating, if you want to, finally start seeing some action towards whatever it is that you've been withholding from yourself, really just get down to the root of that fear. If this resonates for you and you want some help troubleshooting what that is, definitely go ahead, drop me a comment, send me a DM. We're all in this together and I am here to help. So hope you all have a great Thursday and I will talk to you soon. Take care.